A quick return to the Steaua Stadium for Liverpool. They did play here last season against LFCTV, of course in the knockout phases of the Europa League. And they have been here before when Jimmy Traore scored. Yes, him. Steaua know that a win will put them on course, and they have been in decent form here in the Europa League. They were 3-0 up against Napoli within 16 minutes in their first game here, but then Capitanos was sent off for something a bit daft. He's sitting out a 4-match ban now. He did start at Anfield, and Napoli scored in the 8th minute of stoppage time in that game to earn a 3-3 draw. But last time out here they gave Utrecht a bit of a hiding, 3-1, but it could have been more. And they do like to go for the throat in their home games, looking to qualify for the knockout stages for the first time in 4 seasons. And they do have a fervent following with the Romanian side. This is Tanase, Latovlevici, back towards Cristian Tanase, who really did impress us at Anfield, back towards the fullback, and it's cleared away by Sotis Kyriakos for Liverpool. He was picked out as a potential captain just the other day by Roy Hodgson. Pepe Reina it is who has the armband for Liverpool tonight, I think, as you would perhaps expect. Danny Wilson already trying to pick up Geraldo, and the header behind in the end is by Fabio Aurelio, himself making a start tonight after injury problems, a few substitute appearances, hoping that he can cement a place in the first team, as quite a few of these players are. There's a few of the forgotten men from the Northampton game who will want to make an impact as well. Nikolica with the delivery, it's Tanasi with the ambitious volley, goes back towards Florin Gardos. Latovlevici on towards Tanase. Started well here, Steaua. Stanku, Latovlevici, almost got a little bit of luck and it almost fell for Romeo Serdu.
Well, the early minutes of the game, Steaua coming down their left hand side, and to probably good effect. Tanase and Latovlevici combining on a couple of occasions, getting round the back of Liverpool and getting balls into the box, but Kyriakos dealing with it pretty well. Lakatouche, the new coach, Dumitrescu, got sacked in September after the Liverpool game.
He'd won 6 of his first 8 league games as well, by the way, had Ili Dumitrescu, but he got a hiding at Anfield and got the chop. They do pull the trigger quite quickly. Lakatouche, his 3rd spell in charge here, by the way. He was a player.
Yeah, his record is pretty impressive actually when you look at it. I think he is the Phil Neal of Steaua Bucharest. 10 Romanian league titles, I think it was, he's won.
Those were the days when Steaua did win it every year. It's forward by Poulsen. This came off Latovlevici as Danny Pacheco tried to make his way forward. Kelly with the throw for Liverpool, tried to impose himself on the game. It wasn't the best touch Ryan Babel's ever had.
Well, I think Liverpool certainly started with Pacheco on the right hand side and Joe Cole behind Ryan Babel as the main striker.
Babel has come back from an offside position though, which perhaps hindered the Steaua chance to move forward. Roy Hodgson with Sammy Lee on the bench. All the way across the back, comes towards Serdu. It's not a bad ball, what a chance that is. Oh, it really should be 1-0. It's Eric Bikfalvi who arrived totally unmarked, and they'll be very disappointed.
Liverpool guilty of not really clearing the lines on a couple of occasions. That's a great opportunity for the Romanians to take a lead within the 16 minutes. It doesn't really get close enough to block the cross, and then it's a free ball into the box, possibly just a little bit too high for Bikfalvi.
It's a little better from the Reds this. Ryan Babel has 1 in the middle so far. Jovanovic makes it 2, and that's Jovanovic, and that's a goal for Liverpool. It was all very, very simple. And Liverpool are in front thanks to the Serbs' second goal.
Well, that chance for Steaua has just stung Liverpool into a fantastic response. And that man there, Jovanovic, he actually started the move. He kept possession in a good area of the pitch and got himself into a goal scoring position within the box. And a good spot from Ryan Babel. Here's the cross, he tricks everybody. Ryan Babel cutting back onto his left foot, gets his head up, has a wee look, he picks out Jovanovic, and it's a fantastic header by the Serbian. It's still not an easy task. He gets a lot of power on it from a ball that doesn't really have an awful lot of power on it, and the accuracy and the power takes it past the goalkeeper into the bottom corner, and Liverpool have got a dream goal.
Who has been in and out of the side really. It's a foul against John Joe Shelby according to the referee. As I was saying, Angelov was a regular under the previous coach, but not under this one.
How can that be a free kick? This is a perfect sliding challenge, that.
Man before ball, they'll say.
Rubbish.
Fabio Aurelio in conversation with Geraldo and also Danny Wilson there. Liverpool learnt a harsh lesson at Tottenham at the weekend, so keep your arms down, fellas. It's Zlatov Levici who will deliver. Early pressure for Liverpool, dealt with by Pepe Reina. Still the Romanians come. It's Angelov, it's broken nicely. Well, it was a bit of a snatch rather than a strike by Romeo Shadu.
Well, you just expect a little bit more quality in these sort of situations. If they're going to get back into the game, that's what they've got to show. They've got to show far more composure, far more quality in these sort of areas of the pitch.
And here they come again. And it's comfortable for the Liverpool goalkeeper again. And a beating from there unless it takes a horrible bounce. Ricardo it was with the strike. This is Dede Bonfim. Towards Florin Garros. Geraldo. Zlatov Levici. It's been an outlet all night. He's again here. Comfortably dealt with by Aurelio. Angelov. Dede Bonfim. Went out of it pretty easily in the end.
Well, further the buck stops at the manager, but that seems a bit ridiculous, that, doesn't it?
Sometimes emotions get in the way of intellect, don't they? Tanase tries to go around Martin Kelly, who hasn't put a foot wrong tonight in the face of what has been the best attacking threat that the Romanians have.
Most of the good things have come from Tanase, haven't they? I think he's been the one shining light for Steaua Bucharest's point of view.
Well, here he is now. It's a decent ball. It's another really good headed chance. It was Geraldo who met the ball. It's comfortable for Reina, and Liverpool are still in front when really they shouldn't be.
Well, that's a header about 6 yards out, centre of the goal, free header. Yes, Pepe Reina's had to make a save, but really the ball should be past him without him even moving.
Well, Jovanovic has shown how to head in from 6 yards out. Certainly that was an equally good chance for Steaua, the one that gave Liverpool the lead. And we'll give them a lift at the start of the second period to try and get back into the game. Angelov. Gardos scored last time out against Utrecht. It was a header.
Well, this is a header here. I think it's a great ball in, and I think it's Alves, I think it is. Geraldo, you know, I think from that sort of position you've got to be doing better. I know he's asked questions of Pepe Reina, but this is a free header, and the ball's got a little bit of pace on it as well.
Well, it being a Kyriakos going for that ball in the opposition penalty area, it may have seen a different outcome. About 7 bodies lying on the floor. That's nice from Steaua. They're certainly pushing for an equaliser. Starting to ask real questions of Liverpool. Just getting pushed deeper and deeper back.
Well, I think that was noticeable against Tottenham as well, wasn't it? That the longer the game went on, the deeper Liverpool dropped. I think it's just a natural thing that does happen. Maybe a lack of confidence.
Angelov, nice break. And there's the header down by Bonfim, and Reina is beaten. Perhaps didn't expect it, just certainly never judged it. And Steaua, you have to say, are deservedly back on terms.
Well, they've had a few chances from headers, and this wasn't the best of headers, to be honest with you. There's questions of offside. The player right in front of Pepe Reina, I have to think that that's the only thing that's put him off, because it wasn't the most powerful of headers. I think that's what Pepe Reina is going across to the referee's assistant to ask. You can clearly see the ball comes in. There it is. I'm not quite sure who it is in front of Pepe Reina, but he's in an offside position. Oh, he's not in an offside position. Wilson's playing him on. I think that's what Pepe Reina thinks. That I think it might have been, not quite sure, but he makes a hash of it. It's not the most powerful of headers either. 9 times out of 10 he deals with that quite comfortably.
It's on towards Ryan Babel. Header is by Gardos. It'll be another corner for Liverpool. Dr. Ashanu has so little to do. Certainly the goal seems to have just rocked Liverpool a little, and it's made them realise that they need to be more of an attacking threat. And they are an attacking threat, and Kyriakos is very unlucky not to add a second.
Well, he meets it perfectly. It's good delivery from Aurelio. It's a well-timed run. The only thing you would say that he probably doesn't head it down.
And if there is a better attacker of the ball in the opposition penalty area, I'd certainly like to see him. Zede Bonfim. Not a bad ball round the back. Comfortable in the end for Reina as Stanku tried to close in on the header back across goal by the substitute. That's what you'd say has been a typical European sort of game, with the away side looking to play on the break. And you have to remember that this side is short of match practice. It is a fairly second string Liverpool side, without being disrespectful to those who are playing tonight. You wouldn't expect to see many of them on Monday against Aston Villa. Certainly not in the starting lineup, of course. Players with big futures. Trying to establish themselves at the football club. It's a good opportunity for them. As Liverpool just making sure that they have to, and will want to have European football after Christmas. Comfortable for Reina again, the shot from distance. I don't think he's as happy as he ever has been with the amount of shots that have come his way tonight. Tanasi had all the time in the world, and we are going to have a stoppage here.
Well, it's a long way out. Goalkeeper gets quite a good sight to it. It does move a little bit in the air, you can see that. Peperina just not quite sure if it's the ball he's unhappy with, or still maybe harping back to the mistake he made for Steaua's goal.
What an eventful night, that of Levici. He has taken the worst free kick that I think either myself or Gary has seen in 20 years. There will be a worse one out there, we guarantee it, but not many. Pacheco on towards Ngog. Got us with the challenge. Struggling a bit, the fullback, isn't he? Just wincing a little. Coach will just ask for a few more minutes and a bit more effort from him. Steaua knew that 4 points would take them through. They will be left sweating in the group. They'll be sweating more if Liverpool could take advantage of a corner, which they have here.
Well, a lot depends, I think, on the result with Utrecht and Napoli.
3-3 at the moment, Gary.
3-3. Been involved with a few draws, Napoli, haven't they?
Pacheco will deliver. It was Kyriakos who went for it. Pacheco will get it back here. Flags up against the little Spaniard. Cavani's got a hat-trick in that game for Napoli.
Oh, I can't understand how it could be offside there. That's slack play from Pacheco there.
They love coming from behind to the Italians. They were 3-1 down in that game. Napoli were 3-1 up. Ricky van Wolfswinkel, the new young superstar of Dutch football, has scored twice, and he will be a threat at Anfield on match day 6. Of course, it could all be pretty irrelevant by then. Liverpool could put out a veteran side, because they could be through. This is Nikolica.
A poor ball from Nikolica, that Brazilian Romanian.
Shelvey looking to release Ngog.
Well, that's where the Liverpool will want to keep the ball in that sort of area of the pitch. 2 minutes to go, plus obviously extra time, or stoppage time should I say.
And Lucas is replacing Danny Pacheco here. His nights will come in the future. It's been a hard night for him tonight, really.
Difficult game for the likes of Danny Pacheco to play in. He's been asked to do an awful lot more defensively than what we've probably offensively, and he's certainly a more attack-minded player.
And he's been asked to play a role for the team which is perhaps not as familiar to him as in his youth and his upbringing as what he's been asked to play tonight.
I imagine Shelvey will go right side and Lucas will play central alongside Christian Poulsen.
Aurelio was trying to take the ball on the turn. We are approaching stoppage time. Liverpool close to qualifying. It will leave the group interesting because, of course, if Napoli do beat Steaua with the two scorelines staying the same, if they do, then Napoli will go through, as you perhaps would have expected when the draw was made. Certainly the English club and the Italian club were the two traditionally favoured to go through. Important point for them tonight if they do get it, coming from 3-1 down here. Liverpool have had to be resilient, had to make sure, and they still have to make sure in truth. But it will be another game unbeaten, it will be another point, and leave them uncatchable. Babel. The game looking like it's going to finish as a draw. The other game, it would have been irrelevant. Liverpool could have lost here tonight and still gone through. But they will want to go through as group winners. Of course, it's a lottery when the Champions League teams come into the Europa League after Christmas. Tough competition to win. Steaua will be hoping to remain in the driving seat. Of course, they have to go to Napoli on the final match day. And that'll be a shootout to see who goes through. Just about. Unless Utrecht come and win at Anfield, of course. Well, it's a long old trip. It's a long journey home for many of those. Wherever Liverpool may go in the world, that red scarf will always be held high with pride. Not been pretty at times. Liverpool have had to dig deep at times. They got the early goal. Steaua have been like the big bad wolf at times. They've kept on knocking and knocking, and eventually they blew the house down.
Well, ironically, Steaua's performance was probably better at Anfield than what it was here in their home patch. Liverpool, it's another step in the process of qualification. It wasn't pretty, but it was pretty professional. They came, they did a job in Steaua. Steaua looked a little bit disappointing for the first 45 minutes. Yes, they had a couple of chances, but they never put Liverpool under any sort of pressure whatsoever, or constant pressure that you felt that Liverpool were going to buckle. And in the end, it was pretty straightforward for them.
Well, the goals came from Milan Jovanovic early on for Liverpool with a header. Joe Cole could have had a second at the other end. There were chances for Steaua Bucharest as both Stanku and Big Falvi went close. Eventually they got an equaliser through Eder Bonfim thanks to an error, a rare error from Pepe Reina.
Well, Roy Hodgson will be absolutely delighted that they've got the result. I think it was comfortable in the end, but they still had to go along and do that, and it was very professional from them. They made it very difficult. They sat up with two banks of four, asked questions of Steaua Bucharest, and Steaua really didn't come up with the answers. Yes, as I said before, they had a couple of chances, but nowhere near good enough to break Liverpool down.
Liverpool through to the last 32 of the Europa League. It's finished in the Steaua Stadium. Steaua Bucharest 1, Liverpool 1.